So how long have we been in the Tiffin? How long have we been in this?
Since August.
August, September, October, about 2 months?
2 months. Yep.
So we've been in the Tiffin about 2 months, and remembering our first trip, trying to get ready. I think the one thing I remember about the first trip is we had 1 day to load and go.
It was crazy. Yeah, we just literally backed the Tiffin into the driveway.
Yeah. Unloaded.
No, we pulled it in frontwards.
Yeah,
we had to pull it frontwards.
Pulled it in frontwards.
Yeah. And then just threw everything in here.
Moved
literally.
What we could from the Winnebago in here. We also had some extra stuff that we had gotten from the basement to put in the Tiffin. And it was because they had to do extra service on the Tiffin, we couldn't get to it right away, and that's why we only had 1 day. We were planning on a week to get the Tiffin set up and go.
Yeah, originally we thought we were going to have a week prior to leaving here, and it turned out we had 1 day because of some issues.
It was a fun day. We played around a little bit, but I think the happiness, the ecstaticness of, okay, Mars, okay. I think just the newness, and we were feeling good.
The excitement.
We were feeling good.
Well, the floors in here were, I'm surprised one of us didn't really hurt ourselves in here, because we were in here with no shoes, just socks on, and I fell a couple times. I think you did too, didn't you?
And Mars
I mean, I fell hard. Yeah, I think the only thing that kept us from not getting injured was we were just so loose and happy. No, we weren't drinking, but we were just really giddy with excitement and stuff. So we were just very loose.
I think one thing that surprised me was how quickly Abby and Mars settled in.
Oh yeah,
got used, found their places, and got used to
right
this.
away. Yeah,
very much
right
so.
away.
So the first trip, a little nerve-wracking. We were going to head into Massachusetts so that we could catch the highway over across into New York, and then go from
the
there.
Mass Pike
to
the New York
into Ohio.
State Thruway.
We had our little alarm go off, and that was a little bit of a tussle, but we made it through that.
Wait a minute, what alarm?
The brake alarm.
Okay, well, let them know.
Oh, we have a brake
One
alarm.
of the first issues with the Tiffin was a warning light
that would come on the dash. But it's intermittent, and nobody could track it down, not even the Ford place. And you would turn the engine off, and it would reset itself and go away. So we're still diagnosing that. But in our very first trip, everything was great, and the alarm goes off, and we're a little worried about the brakes. But we found out the brakes worked because a jerk pulled in front of us. And I had to brake.
That's how you found out. Yeah, we were just coming, you were doing what, 60, 65, and we pulled up and there was an exit, and some idiot decided he was going to go from this lane, cut in front of us and go across right off the exit. And of course, I would have slammed my brakes on as well, because we didn't know he was going to go off to the exit. But yeah, I thought we were going to rear end him.
But interestingly enough, that experience gave me more confidence in driving the rig. I felt I had good control of it, because that's the kind of thing you're worried about. Can you stop it? Can you brake it? Are you going to swerve too much? And it gave me a lot more confidence the rest of the way driving, believe it or not.
It also told me, revealed to me what needed to be secured.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a Berkey water filter system primarily for the dogs.
Great water.
Yeah, it is, and it's just got, it has one, just think of it like in terms of coffee can, a coffee can and a coffee can with filters in it.
Much bigger coffee can.
Yeah, much bigger, so the sections are about that tall, and there was water in it, not a lot, but there was water in it. And I've never had any problems with it before. And
with that hard to break,
yeah,
it spilled.
It just went flying across. So we had water all over the floor, and yeah, it could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't. So we realized what we needed to secure or not. So
we were going to go all the way to Indiana, and we wanted to drive as far as we can, make 2 stops. So it was about.
Well, that was our goal. The problem was that we were trying to get somewhere at a certain date and time, and that's always nerve-wracking when you're trying to do that. And that doesn't make the trip very enjoyable. It can be stressful when you're doing that.
But it was a good break-in, I think, for our first trip. Finding out how far you could travel without filling up. You could get up while I'm driving to take care of things like the Berkey spilling over. So we learned a lot on that first trip. But the first night we stayed at a state park in New York. And it's nice, simple state park, no sewer.
Back in sight,
but we had electric, could hook up, no problems. So I think all in all,
the first night was good.
Not eventful.
Second night was good.
Got on the road, went all the way to Ohio for the second night, but stayed in a private park in Ohio. That's where I found out you're not always level, and having to use chocks under the wheels to help get it level, because the leveling system can't always just level if you're already starting off not level. If you're fairly level, it can level.
Well, gosh, I thought it was just supposed to put the jacks down, boom, be level.
But it's not supposed to raise you 3 foot off the ground.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
True.
So that was a learning experience.
Had some learning.
And then on the third day, I think the biggest experience that day was the toll booth.
Oh, yes.
I'll let you describe that.
Was that Ohio?
Yes.
It was Ohio. We've never had any issues with the toll.
Easy Pass.
We have Easy Pass, and that's on the East Coast. Easy Pass is very prevalent.
We actually had this one in another vehicle, but you're able to go onto the online Easy Pass system, and you can designate which vehicle the Easy Pass is for. So we designated this vehicle, the Tiffin, and put it in the window. And we actually, in Massachusetts, went through toll booths.
Oh, we went through no problem.
No problem. Got into Ohio, the gate wouldn't raise.
The gate wouldn't raise.
It was one of those where they were going to raise a gate on you. And we're stuck, and there are people behind us, and it won't raise, and I try it. And then I try to find out how to pay for it, and they won't allow me to pay for it. And then I push the button to try to get help.
And they wouldn't come help us.
And then somebody walked by, and I said, how to get help? They said, oh, you have to press that other button. I said, okay. So I pressed the other button.
We still couldn't get anybody. It was terrible. We were how long? 15, 20 minutes?
No, it was probably more like 10 minutes.
Oh, it seemed like 15 or 20 minutes.
I think it was 5 to 10 minutes.
It was actually, I remember I was laughing. I instead of getting all stressed out about it, because there was nothing you could do.
No.
There's nothing we could do. We had a valid. Did you ever go and verify that?
What they did was the lady said, read the number off the back of the Easy Pass thing. I read it. She said that's valid, and she lifted the gate.
And she lifted the gate. Yeah, and it took us 20 minutes to do that.
10.
Okay.
But we got
10.
through it.
We got through it. But it was funny.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
So then for the next week, our whole goal was to get to what we call the Field of Dreams. It's a friend of ours.
It's not what we
in
call
Indiana.
the Field of Dreams. It is the Field of Dreams.
It's the field. It's called the Field of Dreams, but it's for Shelties.
Yeah.
It's not the baseball.
And Papillons.
Field of Dreams. It's for dogs. There's an annual event that's held there called Wolfstock that we attend, but we were getting there a few weeks early, almost a month early.
A month early.
Because they were going to have a few friends just meet up, and we wanted to be there to be able to meet them.
Well, they do throughout the rest of the year, like once a month, a group gets together. Sometimes it's a large group, sometimes it's only a few people, whatever. But yeah, so we wanted to be there for that first one.
The Field of Dreams is literally just a yard of a friend of ours, and he's had it completely fenced in, but it's so large and expansive, the dogs can run around and play. You can somebody actually set up agility there one time. They play Frisbee. It's a huge yard. And we wanted to take Mars there so that we always have to have Mars on a leash and be careful with him. But there we could let him off leash and go run. And that's what we wanted to do. And so, but Brad was nice enough to set up an electrical outlet for us. And so it's sort of like mooch stocking, but almost like a campsite, which was really nice. So we really got to run the systems on the Tiffin and learn a lot about that. And then there was the Saturday meetup day. Where
we got there what? We got there on a Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
Or Friday?
Thursday or Friday. It was like the day before. So
I think it was Friday we got there. Yeah.
And the next day,
was the Saturday when everybody
was
going to come.
2 or 3 friends going to come there, but that's not what happened.
Yeah, it ended up, probably a dozen people. At least, and their pups were there. And I recognized right off, I think I saw Susan first, and she had on her Mars. Of course, I had my Mars shirt on.
Okay, a little background. Wolfstock is an event that's held to help raise money for Sheltie Rescue and some other nonprofits
Groups.
each year. And they try to find a Sheltie that's been rescued as the mascot. And Mars, while he's technically not a rescue dog, he sort of was rescued because he went to a first owner, couldn't deal with him and then because of his blindness and other issues. We did pick him up. So we've been working with Mars, as many of you might know. And so Mars was the mascot for Wolfstock in 2020. We had T-shirts made up and everything else, but because of COVID, we never held Wolfstock.
The event was never.
So Mars never got to go to Wolfstock as the mascot.
Yeah.
These friends plotted behind our back.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess they all got together and everybody, and I finally realized, because I saw everybody was in Mars's T-shirts.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a mini remake of 2020.
It was a gathering to honor Mars.
Yeah, to honor Mars. And
it touched our hearts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was like, wow. It was really cool.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
So I had to wear my Wolfstock shirt because everybody's wearing their shirt from last year in honor of Mars being here. Let's go see.
Over to Sandy, and she was laughing. She's like, "Oh my God!" For the picture from Brad of you guys being spotted in town, like just
Go get him, go get him, Gracie.
Mars is have a very strong interest in what you're doing. I missed you. I love it when your daddy puts all your pictures out.
I think Alec gave Mars too much.
No, there you go.
We gotta see how he is.
So in that day, I don't know if it was because of the long day or 2 days of driving or whatnot, I would have thought he would want to run. But in true Mars fashion, he went literally from, we were kind of in a circle, and he went from lap to lap to lap. I don't think his paws touched the ground all day until late afternoon, early evening.
Everybody wanting to hold Mars.
Yeah, and Mars wanted to be held.
Yeah.
He really did. And
he's a cuddler.
And I mentioned this to some people, that it really was truly amazing to watch the progression that afternoon and to see him. He literally, it was the laying on of hands, and all the love and the positive thoughts and feelings that he received that day, I think was the turning point. But I do. I feel strongly that that day was the turning point in his life. Yeah.
It was a wonderful time.
We had a great time.
Great surprise from our friends.
Yeah.
Mars had a wonderful day. Abby, she was with Mom most of the time.
Yeah, she's always with Mom.
A little overwhelming, big Shelties running around. But it was a great first trip. I mean, we learned a lot of things about the Tiffin during that first trip. What we needed, what we didn't need. And every day I think we would get in here and say, I'm glad we got this. This is good.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been no second guesses about it.
So, hope you enjoyed this short video of our first trip in the Tiffin. And hope you can subscribe, like the video, and we'll have some more of the travels with Mars and Addie, and Steve and Nancy. But until then, keep smiling, and
Be kind.
thanks everyone.